All right, we should be live. I'm just waiting on the video to connect. Maybe I should sit up straight. All right, waiting on the video connect so I can grab this link and put it in our community so that our community members who are not in studio, like Heather and Teray and Kimberly and Debbie and Dr. Toya and Cheryl and Dewana and Dr. LaFera, who are in studio, they can use the link to come into our live chat this morning if they will give me the link. I don't know why they do me like that sometimes, but that's all right. All right, it is now in the group. Speaking of groups, our group is for solo and entrepreneurs who are struggling to get to their first six figures in business. If that is you, you should be in our group, shaycannon.info/group. We have 3 pillars. We actually commune and come together. We actually have our movie club night. I'm going to say in a couple of weeks. We also collaborate. We come together to make our businesses better and to make money together. And we have conversations that are transformational for your business growth, kind of like this morning show. So join the group, shaycannon.info/group. All righty. Let me hit. All right, so I think I got everything I need here. So let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with the blog, and this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/struggle, because that's what some of you guys are doing to sell your offer, and that's okay. This week is about struggling to sell your offer. Do this. We're giving you strategies to sell your offer better and bring that money in, because your first thought, most people's first thought is, my offer is not selling, I need a whole new offer. And that should not be your first thought, okay? So the strategies that we have been sharing with you this week are great examples of what you should be doing when your offer is not selling, okay? The first part 1 was you need to maximize your offer. If you want to hear more about maximizing your offer, go to Monday's part 1 replay, because we talked all about it, okay? The second strategy was to boost your visibility and your marketing. That was part 2. And you can go to that replay. But an example of that would be Dr. Toya's book that is launching today with the famous Lisa Nichols. So we got 2 powerhouses that came together with the book Against All Odds. And so congratulations to Dr. Toya. And we dropped that link over there on the YouTube side, and it is already in the studio chat, and it will be in our show notes today. So that's an example of boosting your visibility and your marketing. Part 3, or the third strategy we talked about, was strengthening your sales process, is what we talked about on yesterday. So go to yesterday's replay to catch that. And today what we're going to talk about is leveraging collaborations, okay? And Teray earlier this week had already brought that to the forefront when she was talking to Dr. LaFera. And so leveraging collaborations. You want to be strategic with partnerships and foster a strong community so that you can significantly amplify your reach, okay? What we're doing is we're going past the reach that we ourselves can do, okay? We can reach, right? We can reach, but if we add our reach to somebody else's reach, we have doubled, tripled, quadrupled our reach. And that's what collaborations are about, leveraging the reach of other people, and also leveraging the credibility of other people, okay? It is really, really nice to cut through the rigmarole that it takes to get the trust of somebody, the liking of somebody, because you were introduced by somebody they already like, know, and trust, right? So that trust and that credibility transfers. That is the power of leveraging collaborations, okay? So one of the strategies we have in this category is affiliate marketing, okay? In fact, if you don't know how to do it, that's what our workshop this week is about. So go to shaycannon.com/affiliate, sign up. We have our workshop on Wednesday. We pushed this date twice because of different holidays, but we're having it on Wednesday. So go, shaycannon.com/affiliate. But affiliate programs create and incentivize a sales force for you, right? So that's another way to get people who like, know, and trust you, who have taken you up on your offers before, people who just know you, like you, and trust you and haven't done anything with you. They're just a super fan. They will take your offer and sell it for you, okay? So a lot of us are like, whoo, we need a whole sales team. Somebody else need to be selling this thing besides me. That's one way to do it, an affiliate program, okay? You're going to collaborate and create partners with people. You can do that with businesses. Okay. So I have on numerous occasions gone into groups that were owned by someone else or led by someone else and was able to present my offer to them after teaching them something and then sharing an affiliate link for the host of that group when I sold it. Therefore, they automatically made a commission from their audience that I am borrowing. Okay. So that is another one. All right. Incentive referrals. Let me tell you the difference between affiliates and referrals. Referrals usually come from people who were your clients or past clients. That's what we call referrals. People who are in your network, right? Referrals aren't always paid money like commission. Sometimes they are simply incentivized, right? Oh, you can get more hours from me in your package. You can get this bonus from your service from me. You could get this thing that's not available to anybody else type incentive, right? Affiliates, that's commission. They want money, right? But affiliates don't always know you. There are people out there that all they do for a living is affiliate marketing. They build their influence to sell other people's stuff. So that's the difference, okay? All right. Networking. This is what Teray was talking about, okay? Networking. Industry events, all right? And we got our online communities. You need to be networking, even within your own community, right? One thing I understand about my community, which are you guys, the people that are in studio and the people that are in the group, that is that when I create these workshops, it's not necessarily for the people hearing me for the first time on YouTube. It's for my community, the one I already have. Now, some of that credit may transfer, some of that trust may transfer as people who are hearing me for the first time hear our in-studio people and other people from the community talk about past workshops. But when I create these workshops, I'm creating it for my community, what they need next, based on our history together, based on what we've been through together, right? So I know that my things are community-based, right? Now, if you're not in touch with your community, it's hard to know what they need, what they want. So you need to always be participating and engaging with your community. But let's go back to those industry events, because that's what Teray talked about earlier. Teray, you want to come off the mic and tell the folks the good stuff that you told about the events?
Yeah, absolutely. So earlier this week, Dr. LaFera was talking about how she just recently went to a very large business conference, and I was just giving her some tips on how she can maximize her ability to gain momentum in those spaces. Whenever you're paying, however much money, and you're going to spend your time and your energy and your efforts in these conferences, you want to go with an agenda. You want to have a plan. You want to reach and meet some goals whenever you go to those conferences. You don't want to just go and take up space and pick out people to meet whenever they say something that sparks your interest, what I mean, randomly. You don't want to just do that. I think she had also mentioned going to the mic and making sure you make an announcement to let people know who you are, and hopefully they'll find you at the break. You don't want to, that's chance. You want to be able to make strategic partnerships. You want to be able to look people up in advance so that you can create opportunities to meet people on purpose. You want to seek out, trying to research the businesses and the people to connect to them, not just people who are in your target market, but people who have access to your target market. So if your target market are women, you're not just looking for women. You might be looking for men who also have women as their target market. So in the example with Dr. LaFera, she's targeting women who have autoimmune diseases. So that's what she was looking for in the at the conference. But I had mentioned to her that Plant-Based Jeff, he sells sea moss. So her target market might be in his target market. So that, you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's something you want to consider. You have to get creative at these conferences, because different people and different businesses are going to have access, and you want to be able to look to collaborate with those types of businesses, and then look for impromptu ways to connect, because at these conferences, specifically the TSP conference, they gather early mornings, late nights, lunch times, and people will say, "Hey, we're getting together at lunchtime. We're having a powwow." Or what I would do is I would run to the bathroom, and then I would look over and I would see a group over in the corner, and I just wander over and just look over their shoulder and say, "Hey there, what are you guys doing?" And they don't mind. They'll make room for you. They'll make room for you. Okay. Hey, so what you guys do? Say, what do you do? What's your business? People like talking about themselves. People want to talk about, at these conferences, people want to talk about their businesses. They want to give you information about what their business is and what they do and who they serve. So take advantage of that. Get out of your introversion. Get your mind right. Figure it out. I don't want to talk to everybody all the time anyway. I don't want to share a room with nobody. I need to go to my room and be by myself in the quiet. But when I walk out of my room, I need to interact with people, because that's what I'm here for. So make the most of it. Have a plan. Get your contacts together. Figure out how many people you want to meet. Have a goal. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow up. Make sure you get names. Don't sit and talk to people and get their name and then forget who they are whenever you walk away. Oh, I forgot to get that person's email. Don't do that. Be intentional. So, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. And we've talked about these things before, right? We've had a whole week. In fact, there are two different blog posts and 2 different weeks that we've talked about in particular. So one week we talked about general networking strategies, and I'm going to put the link in studio and in YouTube and in the show notes. And basically I gave you 4 strategies for networking in general, and some of those are some of the ones that Toya has already recited to you. So some of it is connect with people in person, right? Go your internet cousins, go meet your internet cousins, okay, in person. It just strengthens the bond. It strengthens and remind them what you do, right? So they can tell other people what you do and be that warm audience that, or as Adrian Simpson, LinkedIn Pros says, give you that warm handshake, right? So you're not talking to a cold audience, all right? Also, most conferences and stuff are busy. TSP is busy. They try to account for every minute of your time from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and beyond. Okay. So instead of trying to meet people in the hallways and stuff like that, be intentional. I would set breakfast meetings. I would set lunch meetings. I would set dinner meetings, and I would set drinks after the 9 o'clock session meetings. Okay. So be intentional about setting meetings to have touch points. Also, have you ever heard about deals are made on the golf course? We always go to the bar after the meetings. Don't think that because the conference schedule is over, that the networking is over. Sometimes that's when it just begins. Okay. So be aware of that more relaxed environment by the bar, in the restaurant. Okay. Let's see. Last but not least on this one was that my secret weapon was branded apparel. Branded apparel. I had on a t-shirt that had my name is my logo. And so Shay Cannon was on the front of my t-shirt. Not only am I tall, light skinned, with hair like a lamb's ass, my name was on my doggone shirt. So you can find me. Okay. You can find me. And the funny thing was, in the Facebook group, every day I would post a picture of me in my t-shirt for the day so that they could find me. Okay. So that was that one. Now, the last blog post that I'm going to give you guys is the one where the last conference I went to in January, I left that conference with $10,794 in pocket. Okay. And so some of those strategies were the fact that I was very clear on who I was, how I wanted to connect, who I wanted to connect with. And I used the conference app to start connecting with people with a clear bio. I had people looking for me, not just me looking for people, based on the clarity of my bio on that app. I had people say, "Hey, are you Shay? I see you got your name. I was looking for you." And I was like, oh, you were like, what you need? And they're telling me, hey, I need to be coached to make my first 6 figures. I need this. That bio is working, baby. So clarity, okay? And then I said politicking. I did a lot of shaking hands and kissing babies. So I would be in high traffic areas. Okay. And I would be out there giving hugs to my little internet cousins and my conference cousins. All right. I might, if they needed something passed, a quick 2 minutes, though, we need to schedule time because I still need to get back to my seat and get this information I done paid for. Okay. But there's a lot of politicking. There's a lot of keep your eyes open, head up, and look for different people that you recognize, whether you have an intention to meet with them or not, just so that you recognize them and you have a touch point. All right. Meetups. I did do the meetups, but I did more than dinner. I hosted a dinner around a particular theme. I knew that a lot of the small businesses weren't too familiar with AI yet. So I hosted an AI for business operations dinner. Okay. And more than a few people came, and I had ready for them, because this is in person. So how do you get their email address? Well, I had ready for them a backup lead magnet about AI and business that I gave to them. Okay. But also I was able to sell 2 workshop replays while there. Okay. Politicking in the hallways. I sold 3 strategy sessions. This is how the money was coming. Okay. And then I did some touch bases because I am intentional about connecting with people. And so a few people, I kind of scheduled discovery calls right there. Now, I learned that from Tony Harris Taylor, I think is her name, THT. She's called the networking queen, dynamic touch points. And what she says is, instead of giving people your business card, we talked about this yesterday, instead of trying to connect with them in other ways, go ahead and get all of their information and schedule your meeting right then. Right? Schedule your discovery call for later right then, because you only got so much time when you're at these events. So go ahead and get them on the books. And so I did that. And that allowed me to get some referrals and some discovery calls and stuff scheduled, which later turned into money. All right. So you got both of those links. They will also be in the show notes so that you can go back over that. Now, in the morning show, we give you more. But before we do that, we're going to come over here to Glow. Good morning, Glow. Good morning, Keith. Glow said, I guess that be me. I can't read this word because the heart is in the way. Me. I'm a people person, but I get shy at times. Yeah, you're gonna have to get unshy. Like Teray said about the introversion. Yeah, that introversion is not gonna help you make any money unless you have somebody that's an extrovert working on your behalf. So I'm an ambivert, right? So I can be out here, but after I'm out here, baby, I go inside and I don't want to talk no more. So you can do it. Find a way to do it in your own way, right? You have conversational teas, Glow. Use your conversation tea. Right? Just ask somebody to talk, find somebody else with a t-shirt with conversations, with messages on it. That could be a whole nother customer for your t-shirts. Because what we know is us t-shirt people, we love a good t-shirt with a good message on it. We love them. So if you see us with one on, we probably want more. You had something you wanted to add to that, Teray, before we go to the more?
Yeah. One thing that you said, Shay, is that TSP is very busy. So you need to already have your little pitch ready. Whenever you come up to somebody and you say, hey, this is what I do, you need to have that down, packed in 2 sentences or less, because it's very busy. You're not the only one who has a goal. You're not the only one looking for somebody specific. You know what I mean? You have your sheet of goals, so does everybody else. So when you come up to somebody and you say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and this is what I do, you don't have time to sit there and explain it, because other people, it's quick in that hallway. It's quick in those little meetings. Say what you got to say so they can decide if they want to connect with you, because they're going to move on to the next person. They got somewhere to go. They're on their way to the bathroom because there's a long line for the ladies' room, all this other stuff. It's quick. So you have to say what you got to say, and they're going to decide whether or not they have time for you or somebody else is trying to talk to them. It's quick. So you want to get that down. You don't have time to have a whole conversation. So have that down. It's quick. Be very, very intentional.
Awesome. Thank you for that ad, because that is very true. Okay, so let's go to more. Let's talk about community building a little more, right? So I talked about community because I love you guys. But online communities are more than just a Facebook group, right? They're wherever people commune, right? for under your theme of how you're bringing them together. So now we have a new community, YouTube. Our little YouTube community is growing, right? I don't know where Chantilly went. I don't know if she's listening to us, but she's new to our YouTube community. And we invite our YouTube community to come and be a part of our Facebook online community because we put a lot of value there. shaycannon.info/group. Go over there. It's free. But also your email list is a community, right? Anywhere you go and speak routinely is a community. Now, you do want to get them kind of in one place where you have the most that you can give to them, but there are different versions of your community, all right? So I want you to keep that in mind. You want to take those communities and build them in a place, okay, that you have a little more control over. So even though our main community is Facebook, I make sure we do things where I can get you off of Facebook and into my email list where I have control over the list, right? So I'm always making sure that people that are in our online community are on the email list, and people on our email list are in our online community over there on Facebook. Why? Because I give different value in both places, okay? And so you have to communicate that. Another thing that you need to be doing is you need to have exclusive offers for your community. Y'all know every time I have a workshop, y'all have your own discount code, right? But even when you go up the ladder from, the free community to the low cost membership to the high tier coaching, everybody has their own things going on that make them have exclusive access or exclusive value for just them. Right? If you want me to move up your ladder, tell me how I'm going to be special as I move up your ladder in your community, right? So we need to do things like that. Another thing is user-generated content. Encourage your members of past purchases to share their experiences with your products and service, right? I don't even have to tell y'all no more. Y'all sometimes y'all just go in to the point that I don't know if I be blushing, I just want to disappear. I'm not sure. But it'd be a lot sometimes. But it's a testimony to me trying to service y'all and it giving the effect that I need to have. And so you guys want to share it. So think about it. That's the recipe. What are you doing that you're doing it well enough and with your intention is actually crossing over to be the goal is being had that people want to share it, right? So user-generated content is definitely something strategic from your community to leverage, all right? Now let's go back over these. Let's see. It is affiliate marketing, networking, community building, and I left one off, y'all. Leveraging influencer marketing. Leveraging influencer marketing. We need to talk more about that because influencers are not just the people that everybody know. Sometimes you just need a person that many people know or several people know, right? So influencers are not just Kim Kardashian level. You have influencers in your own community. You have influencers in your family, possibly, right? I love letting people know about my sister from Birmingham, Alabama, because that doggone Pasaka Merritt, darn near everybody know her. She's out there with all of her opinions, and people can't wait to see what she talking about she buying next, right? So think about in your family, who has a lot of influence over a group of people, who in your network has a lot of influence in a group of people, because there are micro influencers out here outdoing big influencers. And when you're looking for influencer, I'm going to mute you, Kimberly. When you're looking for influencers, what you're looking for is somebody with actual influence, not just a bunch of followers that they bought. Okay, not just a bunch of followers that they didn't buy, they attracted organically, but they just like that for them. They're not influenced by what that person does. They just like it for them, right? I think Megan Good would be a great example of somebody that went from somebody who had influence when she was married to Devon to now you out here playing with Jonathan Major, and now people just, bless your heart. they just looking at you now, right? So we don't want the Jonathan Major followers. We want the Devon followers where they felt like she had something special and they wanted it too, right? So another thing you want to do with people with influence, you want to look in the comments to see what that engagement is. And is the engagement about people wanting to be influenced by that person? I have dealt with influence marketing where you pay for that, right? And what I look for is people in the comments saying they want to be like that person. They want to buy what that person has. They want to go where that person goes, all that kind of stuff. That's actual influence. People are saying, hey, tell me how I can be like you, right? That's what we want to find. So that's how we can work with those influencers. All right, Dewana, y'all over here still laughing and making good, baby. He's sucking the life out of her. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, look, we'll leave the pop culture to Dr. Tachi. But yeah, baby girl look horrible. All right. So out of those that we've talked about today, which one do you feel like will help you with your offer the most if you just tap into it? And do you need any help applying it? Let's start with Shawana Kennedy, Kennedy Media. You need
Hey,
help.
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Don't kill me. You picked me first, but I did put the BRB in the back end. So I'm gonna need you to run that list for me one more time.
Not a problem, because I did talk through it. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, so we got affiliate marketing, which also includes referrals, y'all. We got networking. And then we have leveraging influencer marketing, community building. And inside community building was user-generated content, exclusivity in groups, and online community. So which one do you think, if you tapped into it?
What I will say is, as always, networking is key and huge. Perfect example, because of some other things that I am doing. I had to push past my my extra introvertness and go out and go outside this week. And because you already know where we live, you really do have to drive if you're going to go see someone. So because of the networking opportunity, I pushed myself, even though my schedule is unique right up in here. I said, you know what, I really do need to do this. So let me put on some lip gloss, let me fix my wig, and let me go outside. And so it was with that thought in mind, seriously, it was with that thought in mind that I had to go outside, because of some of the things that I'm doing, some of the things that are coming down the line. I have to network, because if what I say, you already know, be seen, be heard. If they don't know you, they don't know you. So I had to hear my own voice and repeat back to me the same thing that I say to other people. So I do have to lead by example. And that was one of the things. So networking. And of course, right, like you said, though, tapping into the micro influencers, because depending on who you are that micro influencer. So there are people that will want to tap into you. That's why we have to be strategic. And when those people approach us, because we are magnets, I choose to be a magnet. It is then saying, how am I going to use my magnetic energy to then make it a win-win for us all? So, yep, those are my thoughts.
Love it, love it. And I want to remind y'all how Letitia reminded us one time about that Dream 100 list, that we should have one. So I'm adding that to the links for you guys to look at, because yeah, we should all have a Dream 100 list. We should all have one. And so ClickFunnels has a article on it, and so we're going to include that in your show notes. But thank you, Shawana. Let's go to Dr. LaFera. Which one of these leveraging collaborations, Dr. LaFera, do you feel like will, if you tap into it, would sell more offers? And do you have any problems with applying that to your business? And let me make sure I didn't mute you. So let me ask you to unmute. And while we're waiting on Dr. LaFera over here on YouTube, Glow said, right, I be doing that in public. I'm reading people's shirts. Exactly. She agreed with Teray with the elevator pitch. Keith said the colorful t-shirts, the better. The more colorful the t-shirts, the better. Just don't go crazy. Logo, name, contact information structured. Boom. Hey, our resident graphic designer giving y'all some gems right here. They dropping the gems. All right, Dr. LaFera, what you got?
I'll have to say that, well, I'll say I've done the networking. Like, networking for me is not a problem. Networking is fun. But I guess now it's community building. I have a community though, because I have people come up to me like that I didn't even know were following me, and they'll be like, I look so good because I do the stuff you say. I'm like, okay, well, you need to interact more. You need to let me know. And so I guess for me, the thing I need more help with now is now going to be like affiliate and influencer stuff, because yeah, I'm doing a course, but to lead into that, like I want to get booked for speaking and all that. So that's really my main offer. So like I need people to like recommend me and to invite me to do different stuff. And so like I know that's where the podcast comes in, that people invite me to be on. And like I'm just working, like, so I need to start pitching myself.
Okay.
To do stuff now that I know exactly like how I want to get in front of these people before I do anything as far as trying to sell a course or anything like that. So
Yeah. So the last part of what you said is the visibility part that we talked about on I think it was Tuesday. So yeah, definitely. And again, don't y'all sleep on these press releases. Don't sleep, because as you are able to collect these networks that have featured by, appeared in, that makes people want to feature you also. Okay, so don't sleep on that. Also, when you said there are people that come up to you and say that you have been instrumental, right?
mm-hmm.
You need to be getting user-generated content then, right? I'll never forget.
I do.
I'll never forget the first time I saw Sherdon of She Prints It at TSP. It was my first time seeing her in person in a long time. And by that time, I had been years buying all of my apparel from her with my logo on it. I've already told you I use it when I go places, right? So I got t-shirts that are baby tees. I got t-shirts that are regular men's t-shirts. I got hoodies. I got backpacks. I got a fanny pack, all this stuff with my logo on it. And I finally see her in person. She said, "Hey, let me get you on video right quick. You always talk about how great that is. Let me get you on video saying that." Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to get in the habit of getting the user generated content. But yes, affiliate program, shaycannon.com/affiliate. See you in the workshop. Love it, love it. All right, let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, which one of these strategies from today of leveraging collaborations do you know will help you to sell more of your offer if you tap into it? And do you need any help with it? Cheryl. And let's see if Cheryl is awake, because we done took Cheryl past her time. Yeah, Cheryl might have been fell asleep on us. Let's go to Dr. Toya over there in Brazil. Dr. Toya, which one do you need to tap into, and do you need any help?
Definitely for me, networking. I'm getting better. I am being intentional. Well, I am intentionally working to be better. But I think that the tips that Teray gave, like, I think it's really not having a plan. And because I'm an introvert, it becomes overwhelming. So I think kind of taking some of those tips and being really strategic, and I love a good plan. I think that will help me a lot. So I intend to, right now I'm in a lot of spaces because of the book and all of the collaborations where I get to test out my skills and, as we say, push my growing edge. So I'm excited to see how that works out.
Well, I'll tell you, because I told y'all I'm an ambivert. So I'm very strategic on how I schedule my stuff out, right? I don't like to schedule my podcasts and stuff when I have somebody in town, right? Like I have somebody arriving today. I don't like to schedule stuff when people are here, because now that feels like way too many people for me for some reason. I don't like to schedule them back to back. I don't like to schedule more than one in a week. And so I'm very cognizant of my energy when I'm scheduling this stuff. And if they have, because most people send you to their calendar, right, to schedule your own stuff. But if they're trying to give me a date, I try to negotiate a better date if that date doesn't work for me. So yeah, just be cognizant of if you own a one calendar system, you know everything going on in your life, and you can schedule around it where you can show up to be your best. So it's okay to have boundaries so that you can show up in excellence. So yes. All right. I think Kimberly is at the Dream Funder. Kimberly, you can put yours in the comments. Let me see, had you already done that? I don't think so. So you can put yours in the comments. But Dewana has put hers in the comments. She said, I need to tap more into networking. I have introverted myself more recently, and I need to get out and in front of people. Referrals are my bread and butter, but I need to do more of that. I have to sign off. Have a great weekend, everybody. So one thing about Dewana is a singer that sings on stage, right? So she's ambiverted too, right? So she can get in front of people. That's not the problem. It's just always getting in front of people. And so, yes, be strategic with it, y'all. It's not that you have to be in front of people all the time. Be strategic and intentional. Quality over quantity. Always, always. All right, let's go to Teray. Teray, what you got?
Community building, definitely. So when you said that workshop that we did a couple months ago was groundbreaking, it really was, because that's always in the back of my mind. When I built my community, it'll create a bigger funnel for me to have a larger tofu so that I can have my mofu and then my bofu. So to me, it's always about community building. The more people I have, the more people I can get in front of. And then, you know what I mean? It's always about community building so that I can, you know what I mean, present my offer. And to me, because it's always because of that organic marketing workshop.
Love it. Love it. I have to go back to that too.
Yeah, it's always, it's everything starts there. Like you said, it was groundbreaking. So.
Cool beans. All right. Let's go to Heather. Heather, which one you think you need to tap into to get this offer rolling? And do you need help applying it?
I need a more formal affiliate program. And I keep going back to, you had a blog post on how to sell every day without feeling weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so that discussion like lives in my head, and I just still haven't pulled the trigger on it. Now that I'm with Go High Level, I can, like, everything's kind of together there, so I can create affiliate links. It'll be a little bit easier instead of using all these disparate platforms. But I'm already doing collaborations, and I'm going to kind of come up with a way to incentivize referrals without it necessarily always being about the money. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah, we definitely have to learn how to sell every day, right? Because I think too much we think that selling is only when we're live and present and pitching. Yeah. When that's what automations are for. That's what intentional campaigns are for and all of that. And so when we say that you're supposed to be selling every day, it's not necessarily you live selling, not taking a day off, right? And so, yeah, that was great. We're going to share that link. Let's put that over there on YouTube too. And we're going to put it in our show notes also so that you guys have that. It's amazing the resources we built over time, right, y'all? Amazing. All right. So over here on YouTube, they are on fire. So we got Keith that says, I'm an introvert. I need to get out from behind the computer more and start meeting the big players in my field. During COVID, I was able to connect with many of my peers virtually through summits and conferences. Scared money don't make money. Y'all hear Keith, right? And Glow just said, I love this. So yes, we all need to wrap our heads around leveraging other people, leveraging events, leveraging the one-to-many. So it's not just us doing things, okay? So when we look out over the week, right? So when we look out, if you go back to the blog post, the whole week, right? Optimizing the offer, boosting visibility and boosting your marketing, strengthening your sales process. First, most of y'all got to create one, okay? And then today, leveraging your collaborations. Anybody have any more value adds or questions about the entire week so that we can get these offers out here better? What you got?
So leveraging your collaborations, it's not just always just about connecting with people who have anything to do with your business. So when you're at a conference like TSP, and you don't have to just connect with people. Well, that person, their business, their target market has nothing to do with my target market. Sometimes you just need to be among a group of people just so you can become known. So that whenever you're known within a group of people, business people, they'll know you, they'll know who you are because you're always around. And when they encounter somebody, anybody, and they're looking for somebody who does what you do with whatever, they know who you are, they know where to find you, they know how to get to you. Period. Short story. The first time I met Shay finally in person, she was in Atlanta. She was like, "Hey, I have some time." I showed up. I wasn't at the conference, but she was. So I showed up. I walked in the room and she was there with a group of women. So the women in the room knew me. So one of the women, she's a hairstylist. It has nothing to do with my brand. She runs over, she says hello to me, she gives me a big hug. Okay. The hairstylist is an influencer, but she knows who I am just because I'm always around. She knows who I am. So there was another woman in the group who didn't know me. She was like, "Oh yeah, oh nice to meet you." She and I, we introduced each other. So the hairstylist is angry. She's like, "You don't know Teray? Where you been? You've been coming to these conferences and you don't even know Teray." Who cares? But the thing is that her thing was, how do you not know Teray? Teray's always around. And the thing is that she has nothing to do with my brand. You want to be known in these circles just because. And the thing is, this hairstylist who has nothing to do with my brand, if she knows anybody who's dating, if she knows anybody that has anything to do, she knows enough people to, if anybody has an issue, she knows who I am. You want to become known in circles, but not just that. If you need I had a tax accountant that wasn't working for me. I know where to get a tax accountant. This one isn't working anymore. This one did me wrong. I know where to go to get one. I don't have to go find one because I know some names in this. You want to be affiliated. You want collaborations and you want to be able to connect with people. And not only do I know where they are, they know who I am. So when they see my name pop up, they're like, "Oh, I know Teray because she's in TSP. I know who she is because my face has been all over the group." So you just want to be able to collaborate, period. And then whenever I connected with one of the tax people, she was like, "Yeah, I know that you have a son with autism and, you want to become known because, and now I have another income source." You want to collaborate even whenever it has nothing to do with them and your business or whatever, because you know what I mean? Like Lamar says, everything you need is in the room. Period.
Hey, Shay.
What's up, Shawana?
One of the things I want to say too is, as I'm thinking myself, is we do have to even go back and dust off some of your testimonials. So that's another thing that can speak on your behalf. It's time. This is a new quarter. It's time to repurpose those testimonials because with the things that you're doing, people are always looking, even if they don't say a word. So it's time to dust off those. Even if you don't want to put them in your thread, put them in your stories. Let them live for the 24 hours. And so it's time to, rinse off some of that and circle back on some of that. I do have to say, with what Teray was saying, I noticed today, what is his name? Raymond Ray. Most of y'all know him, black guy. And what he said is it leaned into what you were saying to Ray. It's because of who he is and the people that do know him. We be online and we say, "Hey, yeah," because I know I have been in probably did it in one of Shay's thing. Pick me, pick me, pick me. He did a pick me, and because people know him, they spoke on his behalf. It's just like, I will honestly say, I know if it's something online, I will be inboxing y'all, but like, go over here and say something on my behalf. And then that also speaks to the community piece of what you're saying, not just the networking, Shay. It's the community piece. You say it all the time about it being more than one genius in the room. And when we work together and been community together and people know your integrity and the work that you do, they can speak on your behalf. So I'm going to say, yes, pick me. So you already know that. So I want to appreciate you for this week, this amazing week that you have done it again. I believe I know you're about to do your announcements, the affiliate, because y'all already know what next week is, right? Okay, amen. But I don't like, I gotta say, I don't, even though I like having them in my archives. I like getting stuff live, right? So
Yeah,
where
yeah.
is this affiliate thing? I need to take you to that before we exit for the week.
So it's at shaycannon.com/affiliate. I will put the link in here for you. It's also in the show notes. It's been in the show notes, I think, about 3 weeks now because we kept moving the date. But to add to what Teray said, this is where being clear, being known for one thing works in your favor. Because I don't care how many people you meet, if you keep switching up who you are and what your offer is and what you want to be known for, people don't remember that. They don't remember that. In fact, you know you're doing it when people recognize you. They might even recognize your name, but they keep asking you, what do you do again? So that's you hustling backwards when you keep changing stuff up, right? So you have to be known for one thing. I'm so known as the fractional chief operating officer, the fractional COO, right? That people forget the O in the middle. And people tag me and stuff for fractional CFO, fractional CMO. I'm like, y'all, I'm a COO. But they just remember I'm a fractional C-suite person. And most of them, the only time they've ever heard it was with my title. So I am synonymous in other people's stuff, right? But like Teray said, people can't refer you if they don't know who you are, nor know what you do because you keep switching it up. So keep that in mind. All right, shaycannon.com/affiliate. We're going to amplify your revenue with affiliate sales. Next week's workshop live. It starts Wednesday. The challenge part starts the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So get in that. There is a coupon code so that you can save $50 for being a part of the community. So there's that. All right, guys. If anybody doesn't have anything else. Anything else? All right, cool. Y'all have a great week, a great day, a great weekend, and I'll catch you back here on Monday. I'm going to ask Dr. Toya to stay back in the principal's office for a moment, but everybody else, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us over there on the YouTube side, Chantilly. We welcome you back. Y'all have a great one. We're out of here.
Question before you kick us out, me out.
Okay.
What's the first day of this conference? I mean the workshop?
The 17th, Wednesday. And
Okay,
then you have the replay up until that Monday, which is the 22nd when we get started with the challenge.
Okay, thanks.